Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2022 Faculty Convocation. I am Badia Ahad, and I serve as Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs. Before we begin our formal program, I'd like to start by drawing your attention to Loyola's land acknowledgement. It is important to understand the history of the place where we reside and our place within that history. I ask that we pause for a moment to read the university's land acknowledgement on screen. Faculty Convocation signals the beginning of a new academic year. It is one of the important moments when we can gather as a collective whole to fellowship and celebrate the accomplishments of our colleagues. Let us begin today's recognition of faculty achievement. Please stand if you are able as I invite Claire Noonan, Vice President for Mission Integration, to make today's invocation.
Let us pray. God of wisdom, we gather this evening to recognize the gifts of knowledge and understanding so alive in your people, in this faculty. With humility, we receive and cultivate these gifts in community, conscious that they are given for love, service, and justice. We welcome new companions into our shared mission, celebrate the excellence of our award-winning colleagues, and remember with affection those who have gone home to you since last we were together. Bless us, O Holy One, that we may greet each person, each class, each question, each invitation, each opportunity that you send into our path this year with a generosity rooted in your spirit and a freedom born from your abundant grace. We make this prayer confident that you are ever at our side. Amen.
Every fall, we have the pleasure of welcoming new colleagues. This afternoon, the deans will introduce new faculty. Faculty, if you are able to stand when your name is called and remain standing until your dean completes the introductions for your school, please do so. Audience, please hold your applause until all members of the school are introduced. Beginning with the College of Arts and Sciences. Regrettably, Dean Schreiber is unable to attend today's event, so I, as a proud member of the College of Arts and Sciences, go English department, will introduce new faculty from the college. Omar Abdul Rahim, Demetrius Apostopoulos, Mario Addy Picker, Amy Balila, Andrew Basner, Kelvin Billingsley, Gabriela Lutron Vera, Christopher Cantwell, Jacopo Sarasano, Yanan Chen, Janine Cielto, David Cook, Patrick Cunha Silva, Robert Duncan, Matthew Dunch, Klaus George, Teresa Gonzalez, Rafael Gonzalez de Leon, Deborah Goodman, Stephanie Grella, Andres Gutierrez Viveros, Richard Hutchins, Julie Jacoby, Tai Nikyu, Lauren Mina Kim, Kat Lucky, Brian Lee, Mark Lester, Sarah Lipsitz, Guadalupe Lopez Hernandez, Nathan Lopez, Christopher Madsen, Masumi Mahapatra, Marta Marcini, George Markarian, Takunda Matose, Linus Mitchell, Daniel Moreira, Nami Moon, Adam Negruz, Sarah Obrist, Fritz Peterson, Damon Petrick, Manisha Ray, Madeline Redden, Shelby Sleevey, Matthew Stewart, Gorgie Tall, Jan Wang, Kaoru Watanabe, David Wetzel, Megan Whitney, Duran Williams, Emily Hallett, Linda Zanatti, Sebastian Wooper. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Jenny Boyle, Senior Associate Dean of Academic Affairs in Arupa College, and I am proud to introduce the newest members of our faculty. Shifra Adler, Michael Peterson of the Society of Jesus. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Michael Benham, Dean of the Quinlan School of Business, and I'm proud to introduce our new faculty members. William Bergman, Aaron Dingrando, Karen Dossinger, Jamie Eddington, Zhang Gao, Demetrius Komnenos, Stephen Platt, Karen Weigert, Ning Yang, Gaylord Yu. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Jean Wyden, Interim Dean of the School of Continuing and Professional Studies, and I'm proud to introduce our new faculty member, Christopher Fulton.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here today. I am Elizabeth Kaufman, Interim Dean for the School of Communication, and I'm so happy to introduce our three assistant professors who've just joined us, Miguel Silvera, Vincent Singleton, and Daniel Trielli.
Good afternoon. I'm Marquita Newell, Interim Dean of the School of Education, and I am proud to introduce our new faculty members, Catherine Cho, Patrice Leverett, Norma Lopez, Leah Marks, Valerie Roberson, and Colleen Whittingham. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Nancy Tuckman, the founding dean of the School of Environmental Sustainability. I'm proud to introduce our new faculty members, Marlene Brito Mian, Sarah Koo, Mark Mackey of the Society of Jesus, and Jose Martin Montoya Dura. Welcome, faculty.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Elaine Morato, professor and founding dean of the Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health, and I'm proud to introduce our newest faculty members: Michael Bloom, Teresa Burkhart, Ferris Keaton, Kimberly Rusk, and John Sties. Welcome.
Good afternoon. I'm Michelle Alexandre, Dean of the Loyola University Chicago School of Law. We also haze here. I'm proud to welcome our new faculty: Janice N. Fossey, Janine Bell, Blanche Bong Cook, Christine Chabot, Emily Evans Vaughn, Tanya Luma, Joseph McKay, Elisa Mercado, Mark Reifman, Jacqueline Ross. Welcome.
Good afternoon. I am Sam Marzo, Dean of the Stritch School of Medicine. I'm very proud to announce the newest members of our faculty: Abdullah Chaheen, Marilyn Glassberg-Cassette, Nail Kahat, Grace Mueller, Wessam Al-Ramahi, Gonzalo Torres. Welcome.
Good afternoon. I am Lorna Finnegan, Dean of the Marcella Niehoff School of Nursing, and I am very proud to introduce our newest faculty: Mary Hines, Demetris Hogan, Tracy Hosek Bartnick, Mary Eileen Kloster, Leodoro Lebrague, Mary McNamara, Kate Mizek, Alexandra Nowak, Barbara Pribe Lannon, Kimberly Rushke, Yane Yi. Welcome.
Good afternoon. I am Priscilla Freire, Interim Associate Dean for Academics and Clinical Assistant Professor in the School of Social Work, and I am very proud to introduce the newest member of our faculty, Benita Donahue. Welcome. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Malik Henfield, founding dean of the Institute for Racial Justice, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce the newest members of our faculty: Meghana Chandra, Farzaneh Kayat, Kwabena Kra, and Emily Medina Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mary Ann Ryan, Dean of Libraries, and I am happy to introduce our newest faculty: Kara Forster and Kelly Hollisey. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Margaret Callahan, and I serve as Provost and Chief Academic Officer, and I'm proud to introduce the newest faculty member of the University Centers and Programs, Dara Lewis. I would also like to welcome our two newest deans to Loyola University of Chicago: Michelle Alexandre, Dean of the School of Law, and Michael Benham, Dean of the Quinlan School of Business. It is also my pleasure to welcome Elizabeth Kaufman as the Interim Dean of the School of Communications, and James Marley will be serving as the Interim Dean of the School of Social Work. Welcome all.
Tenure and promotion in faculty rank to associate professor and professor are key recognitions of faculty achievement. Such recognition comes only after rigorous review by peer committees at the school and university levels and is ultimately granted by the president and the provost. Our colleagues who are granted tenure, promoted to associate professor, or promoted to professor during the past year are listed on the Faculty Convocation website. While all of you who were granted tenure and or promoted to the rank of associate professor or professor during the last year, please stand now and let us express our congratulations. In addition, we wish to recognize our colleagues who were promoted within their schools during the past year, including librarians, lecturers, and those at the Stritch School of Medicine who achieved board certification and were promoted to assistant professor. Will those of you who were promoted within your schools during the last year please stand now so we can express our congratulations. Loyola's teaching and research and service mission is supported by the contributions made by 40 exceptional scholars who hold endowed chairs and professorships. Will those of you who are in the auditorium today please stand? The Faculty Convocation website also includes the colleagues who have retired within the last year. We will miss their fellowship and wish them all the best for the future. With this convocation, Provost Callahan continues the tradition of recognizing the teaching awards presented by the Office of the Provost.
Thank you, Badia. Before we turn to university-wide faculty awards, it is my honor to recognize those faculty members who have been selected within their schools for special awards during the past year. These awards recognize excellence in teaching, in research, and in service. The names of those individuals and their awards appear on the Faculty Convocation website. Will the recipients of these college and school awards please stand now while we express our congratulations. Excellence in teaching is central to our mission of transformative education. The annual Provost Awards celebrate exceptional teaching. I'd like to recognize colleagues who received awards at earlier events over the past year. The Hayes Award for Advising and Mentoring recognizes faculty who demonstrate a commitment to advising and mentoring both within and beyond the classroom. Strong faculty members guide students' intellectual, personal, social, and spiritual growth and help students develop a dedication to lifelong learning. This year's recipients of the Hayes Award are Robert Gutierrez. Robert is a clinical assistant professor in psychology at Arupa College. And Kate Filippo. Kate is a professor in both the School of Social Work and the School of Education. Congratulations. Langerbeck Awards for Undergraduate Research Mentoring recognizes faculty who show extraordinary success in providing intensive individual research experiences for undergraduate students. This year's recipient of the Langerbeck Awards are Jennifer Myrish. Jennifer is an associate professor in the Department of Biology in the College of Arts and Sciences. And Jennifer Parks. Jennifer is a professor in the Department of Philosophy and director of the Bioethics minor program in the College of Arts and Sciences. Congratulations. The Provost Award for Excellence in Teaching Freshmen recognizes faculty who build community with first-year students by teaching 100-level freshman classes. These exemplary faculty foster cura personalis in new students and challenge them to become fully integrated into the Loyola community. This year's recipient is Shannon Gore. Shannon is clinical professor in the Department of Communication at Arupa College. Congratulations. The Kovenbach Award for Engaged Teaching recognizes faculty who promote active and collaborative learning through a variety of service learning and outreach experiences that encourage students to apply classroom theory to real-life situations. This year's recipient is Dr. Michael Shook. Michael is professor in the Department of Theology in the College of Arts and Sciences and professor in the School of Environmental Sustainability. Congratulations. The Teaching Award for Part-Time Instructors celebrates the importance of excellence among Loyola's part-time instructors. This award recognizes the unique and excellent contributions of part-time instructors who answer the call to be teacher practitioners and role models in their field, demonstrate a commitment to going above and beyond to persevere through obstacles and exceed expectations to meet the needs of their students, deeply care about and forge connections with students, and embody the Jesuit ideals of mission, community, and service. This year's recipient is Sarah Dahloff. Sarah is a lecturer of multimedia journalism in the School of Communication and a national correspondent at NBC News. Congratulations. As I mentioned earlier, these awards were presented at earlier events, but if those awardees are in the auditorium, please stand one more time so we can congratulate you. St. Ignatius believed that society could be changed for the better if future leaders were educated using a rigorous curriculum based in ethics and the humanities. The Ignatius Loyola Award for Excellence in Teaching recognizes faculty teaching whose teaching really raises global awareness, promotes social justice, and educates the whole student. It honors a faculty member who embodies excellence in all aspects of teaching, including advising and mentoring, teaching to mission, and student engagement. This year's recipient is Paulina Pine. Paulina Pine is a senior lecturer in chemistry and biochemistry in the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Pine holds a teaching certificate from Northwestern Cyril Center for Advancing Learning and Teaching and an Ignatian Pedagogy certificate from Loyola University of Chicago. She received her undergraduate and graduate degrees from Technion Israel Institute of Technology, where she studied, are you ready for this? Highly sensitive nano-electromechanical devices based on carbon nanotubes. How about that? I got it. In addition to teaching various chemistry classes, she enjoys mentoring undergraduate students and being involved in pedagogical research that she publishes in peer-reviewed journals. Dr. Pine has a 12-year-old son and a 16-year-old daughter who are amazing students, musicians, athletes, and compassionate human beings. Even though Dr. Pine herself has never experienced the U.S. school system, she raises her children using her students at Loyola as role models for them. It is now my great pleasure to present the 2022 Ignatius Loyola Award to Dr. Paulina Pine.
Thank you, Provost Callahan, for such a nice introduction. This recognition is very well shared with the colleagues in my department, college, and university. Greetings, dear colleagues and guests. I'm honored and humbled to be here as a recipient of St. Ignatius Loyola Award for Excellence in Teaching. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to speak in front of my family, guests, my colleagues, who inspire me to be a better educator. Traditionally, we start new academic year by looking back at the year that has passed, trying to summarize our pedagogical efforts in the global perspective and see what can be done better this year. I would like to offer my reflection on this. Every new academic year since March 2020, we were hoping we get back to normal soon. To teaching in person, teaching without masks, giving high fives to our students, shaking the hands of our colleagues. But what is normal? I teach biochemistry. We speak about the world around us and inside us using the language of organic chemistry, the language of molecules. There are no normal molecules in chemistry. Every molecule is unique and interesting. Not only the students, but also we, educators, are coming from various backgrounds, countries, regions, circumstances. We are all unique. Removing the stigmas and boundaries, cultivating inclusive pedagogy, respect, and understanding of such an amazing diversity is a key of teaching process. There is always something to overcome in life. This year was not any easier. SARS-CoV-2 didn't go anywhere. We're not protected from future viruses, climate change, and so many people unexpectedly turned into refugees overnight. Analyzing these past several years, it seems like the history is repeating the script that we all were hoping has been forgotten. However, life itself is heterogeneous, and we shouldn't wait for something to live and start acting. Our classes are like a small model of real life. I'm trying to teach my students to find something positive in everything we do. This will eventually lead us to enjoy the process. As an educator, I'm still trying to open the minds of our students toward kindness, mutual support, understanding, patience, and tolerance. I am excited for the new challenges the world brings to the academic year 2023, and I'm looking forward to working hand in hand with you, my dear colleagues, to cultivate safe and supportive learning environment for our students and to help them be excited by this unpredictable and diverse journey called life. Thank you so much.
The Pedro Arupa SJ Award for Diversity Leadership is awarded to a faculty member who demonstrates the ideals of diversity, equity, and inclusion through teaching, research, and service to the Loyola community. This year's recipient is LeVar Pope. Dr. Pope is a clinical associate professor of political science at Arupa College. He is the author of Rap and Politics, a case study of Panther, gangster, and hyphy discourses in Oakland, California, 1965 to 2010. He was born in Waukegan, Illinois, and raised in the Chicago area. He earned a Bachelor of Arts and Master of Arts from Lehigh University and a PhD in politics from the University of California, Santa Cruz. His current research interests include political ethnography, urban politics, race and ethnic politics, media studies and sound design, and American political development. It is now my great pleasure to present the Pedro Arupa S.J. Award for Diversity Leadership to Dr. LeVar Pope.
Thank you for the introduction. I want to thank the Provost's office for creating this award, the Pedro Arupa S.J. Faculty Award for Diversity Leadership. I want to thank all in attendance and send a thank you to our faculty at Loyola, our wonderful staff, and our incredible students. To the committee who decides these things, thank you for selecting me for this award. And to the person who made the original nomination, thank you. Arupa College is named after Father Pedro Arupa S.J., and we serve a vast majority Black, Latinx, and socioeconomically disadvantaged youth. My 21 faculty colleagues are amazing, and together we lead this attempt at radically changing access to higher education. And with Loyola's tremendous support, infrastructure, we serve Chicago's underserved. The support from Dean Father Tom Knightsky and Associate Dean Jenny Boyle has been multifaceted and covers all areas of this award: teaching, research, and service. And I want to highlight particular supports in faculty development, which have been absolutely essential to my growth as a whole person and as a teacher-scholar. In particular, Arupa College has offered support to help break down barriers and has allowed faculty like me, or who look like me, to respond to forms of oppression in our research, teaching, and our service. At the risk of taking up your entire Sunday, remember, I teach political science, I'll give you an example of the research, teaching, and support and service. In research, I've been given support to focus on research on rap music as a form of, as a sign of oppression in U.S. cities as a response. This research involves Black, Latinx, and youth experience in cities where things were beginning to get very tough for Black, Latinx, and poor youth, the 1970s and 1980s. This research also involves persistent study of trends of racism, anti-racism, colonialism, and anti-colonialism. This helps provide our students with new and engaging areas of study. Arupa College supported me in creating a class called Power, Rap Music, and Urban America as a social sciences class through the Illinois Articulation Initiative. This class focuses on 25 major and mid-sized cities and regions and the racial, ethnic, and class backgrounds in the 1960s. From there, students take a detailed study of at least two of the cities, focusing on the evolution of citizenship and evolution of rap music messaging. The class has been taught 2 times in the last 3 years, and the numbers have grown to where the course is beginning to approach capacity. The topic is unique, but it stems directly from the freedom at Arupa College to teach about oppression and racial justice. In terms of service, there's so much to be said here. I'll stick to one example. The Arupa College Black Student Union. Arupa is on the Water Tower campus. Loyola's Black Cultural Center, the BCC, is on Lakeshore. In addition, Arupa's student population has layers of diversity that Loyola's general population does not have in large proportions. In 2018, an Arupa College student applied to start an Arupa College Black Student Union, and the application was initially denied because Loyola has the BCC. There is some policy about duplicate organizations, but the student leader made the case to the founding dean of Arupa College for the creation of this Arupa BSU and met with the dean to present the case. 2 weeks later, the students had their Arupa BSU. In short, the dean and the leadership at Arupa has understood the value of student voices early and often. The organization has continuously supported the great work of auxiliary organizations such as the Black Men for Success program, and individuals such as the Associate Dean, Dean Shabin, and Dean Keys of Student Success have both supported this mission. So from day one, over 5 years ago, I was invited to present the B side of the record as well as the A side. The A side of the record being the clean and sanitized hit version that's ready for the radio. The B side containing something that is possibly a little bit less ready for the radio because of the format, the intensity, or the overall messaging. In US politics, the A side is the My Country 'Tis of Thee stuff. The material about how the branch is formed, how they operate, and we do this with great rigor at Arupa. However, I was invited to talk about the B side as always present, and at times, the side to start with. So we start with the understanding of racism, understanding social identity wills, and with the 1619 Project, and with the understanding of colonization. This is all while we talk about the beauty and or the genius of the US Constitution. The goal is to have an accessible, rigorous, and critical liberal arts education. And I can stand here and say that I'm very proud with the way I see our students engaging, and I'm happy to help offer the promise of a Jesuit education to underserved populations from the Chicago area. Thank you for the honor of this award and the great opportunity to speak to this faculty.
For many years, Loyola University Chicago has expressed its commitment to faculty excellence by recognizing a Faculty Member of the Year. I invite Dr. Jim Devery, Chair of the Faculty Council, to the podium to present the Faculty Member of the Year award.
Good afternoon, colleagues. My name is Jim Devery, and I am the chair of your Faculty Council, your shared governance body here on campus that serves as a communication channel between the more than 1,000 full-time faculty and the even greater number of part-time faculty and the administration. One of our great privileges is selecting the Faculty Member of the Year. I would like to thank Dr. Silva, Cohen, Mirza, and Blackman-Larnell for their service in reviewing the numerous spectacular colleagues we have: creative scholars, illuminative teachers, and dedicated servants all. Faculty Member of the Year evaluates excellence in teaching, creativity in research and other endeavors, service to the institution, as well as advancing the mission of Loyola University Chicago, and finally serving as a spectacular role model to both faculty and students. It is my great pleasure to present Dr. Lisa Burkhart, Associate Professor in the Marcella Niehoff School of Nursing, with the 2022 Loyola University Chicago Faculty Member of the Year Award. In the classroom, Dr. Burkhart tells her students, becoming a nurse is a process of rapid growth, meaning what you view and how you view what is meaningful in life will change. Faculty are here to help you with that transition. During the last year, Dr. Burkhart's scholarship involved working with Veterans Affairs. Her funded research works towards engaging patients and providers in identifying and addressing modifiable risk factors to prevent community-acquired ulcers and spinal cord injury, as well as research and evaluation in residence of the Veteran Affairs Office of Academic Affiliations. She published and authored 11 papers, gave 6 presentations, and was the recipient of the Qualitative Methods Distinguished Investigator Award from the Midwestern Nursing Research Society. She served on multiple PhD committees, was a co-chair of the Steering Committee for Strategic Planning, and she led a first-year discussion group at the New Student Convocation. She peer-reviewed manuscripts for multiple journals in her field. She served on the Faculty Development Review Committee. She was appointed to a study section as a review panelist for the NIH. She was appointed a member of the VA Office of Nursing Services Nursing Research Field Advisory Committee. She served on the Ethics Board of the Gottlieb Memorial Hospital and served on the advisory board for the Edward Hines Jr. Hospital Post-Baccalaureate Registered Nurse Residency and Transition to Practice Program. Colleagues, please join me in recognizing Dr. Lisa Burkhart as the Loyola University Chicago Faculty Member of the Year for 2022.
Oh boy, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, fellow colleagues, and thanks for my kids over there. What an honor. One does not come to this place without mentors and role models. This began about 30 years ago when I had lunch with Ida Andrewich. She asked me about my hopes and dreams for my career. I laughed and I said, if I won the lottery, I'd earn a PhD and teach. Her response was, why wait to win the lottery? At that time, my interest was in informatics. I worked at the American Medical Association in CPT, which is the coding system for physician reimbursement. My question was, why doesn't nursing have this? Marianne McDermott and Anne Solari Twaddell hired me for a summer job that lasted 6 years at the International Parish Nurse Resource Center to develop a computerized documentation system using these standardized terminologies I was studying. I asked, what is parish nursing? We hold the spiritual dimension as central to practice. I asked, what's the spiritual dimension? Two of my philosophy professors, Dick Wesley and Frank Catania, provided directed readings and conversations to help answer that question philosophically. That led to the development of spiritual, religious, and ethics terms in nursing standardized terminologies that is now part of the international infrastructure for health language called SNOMED. Loyola then funded a summer research grant in integrating spiritual language into the EPIC electronic health record used at LUMC. That provided a strategy to measure and guide spiritual care at the health system. I thank my collaborators, Marie Coglanese and Jerry Kalin, in integrating spiritual terms into pastoral care, nursing, and physician documentation. We infused a spiritual virus into EPIC. Nancy Hogan, an expert grounded theorist, took me under her wing and to answer the question, what is spiritual care in nursing practice? That led to a middle-range theory now used in textbooks and international research. And finally, Fran Weaver and Neil Jordan mentored me in health services research, providing grantsmanship and further developing my qualitative and mixed methods acumen. That led to developing and studying the best strategy to integrate preventive care in ambulatory care, specifically for veterans living with spinal cord injury. You see, Loyola encourages seeking one's vocation, asking the hard questions, and facilitating finding the answers. This happens through mentorship and role modeling in a diverse community of scholars, seeing God in all things, and working to expand knowledge in the service of humanity through learning, justice, and faith. I thank you all for creating this amazing place.
It is now my great pleasure to introduce our Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Margaret Callahan, who will welcome faculty to the new academic year.
Thank you, Badia. Welcome to all of you on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. I was a little worried this morning when I saw the weather. Looked like it might rain, would ruin our reception outside. I realized that there's only a couple of us left between you and that reception, so I'll move forward. This is a wonderful way to begin a new academic year, introducing our new faculty members and recognizing colleagues who represent the very best in teaching, research, and service to our students. And it is so inspiring to see you all here. I extend a very special welcome to our newest colleagues who join us today. You are a highly accomplished group. I was privileged to read all of your materials when your deans brought you forward and supported your faculty appointments, and I am certain that each and every one of you will have an important place here at Loyola. Our students, faculty colleagues, and staff will all benefit from your unique gifts. Thank you for joining us today and for becoming a part, at least of this amazing community. To our returning faculty, many of whom we honor today with awards and by recognizing the scholarly work and service involved in achieving promotion, we welcome you back to this academic year. As Provost of Loyola University Chicago, I am responsible for the quality of the academic enterprise, which is deeply rooted in our mission. All universities aspire to be places of academic excellence. But here at Loyola University Chicago, we also strive to inspire our students and each other to be better people. Faculty are at the very center of that mission. At Loyola, teaching, research, and service are deeply rooted in our Jesuit principles and values. All universities may aspire to excellence, but at Loyola, we strive for excellence that expresses itself in service to humanity. We come together today at a particularly exciting moment of transition and continuity. This fall, we will mark a transition in leadership as we welcome Loyola's 25th president and embark on the implementation of our strategic plan. We carry the mission momentum of the past few years: strong enrollment, increased student and faculty diversity, secure financial position, into our next 150 years. Constant during this transition are the navigational tools of our Jesuit Catholic values. These principles form the foundation of our strategic plan developed by our university community through collaborative design thinking and the participation of nearly 1,000 members of our community. Under a new president, we will continue our momentum into the future and continue to ground our plans in community collaboration and creating a place where we all belong. The sense of belonging is critical to the future of every single one of us at Loyola. As the semester moves forward, you will hear much more about the implementation of the strategic plan, and I encourage you to remain involved and engaged. Our plan is built around Loyola's enduring values, and our Jesuit mission calls upon us to adapt to the challenges of the future. We look at teaching, research, and service in new ways. We are called to explore new ways of being faculty together, beyond disciplinary boundaries, as members of this entire university community. This is our opportunity in our time and place to chart the future of Loyola. And although I have spoken about the future, I want to take a few minutes to consider our recent past. We are deeply grateful to Dr. Joanne Rooney for her leadership during her tenure at Loyola. We are appreciative for her support of the development of the strategic plan. We are grateful for the work she and leaders across the university have done over the past 6 years to put us in a strong position to invest in talented faculty, staff, and students, and to increase our outreach and support to our students from underserved communities, and to be able to devote significant resources to new and innovative initiatives. Dr. Rooney's steadfast leadership saw us through an unprecedented global pandemic from which Loyola has emerged in many ways stronger, more diverse, and more vibrant than ever. I am pleased to inform you that the chair of our Board of Trustees, Susan Scheer, announced at the board meeting last week that this space, this very room, currently known as the Mundelein Auditorium, will be renamed in honor of Dr. Rooney. The new name will be Joanne Rooney Hall. An official announcement will be sent to the Loyola community next week, but I wanted to share this news with you in advance as we gather in this space today, celebrate the new academic year with you, and to also acknowledge Dr. Rooney. I hope you will all be able to join us at faculty staff receptions at our campuses this next week as we say farewell and thank you to Dr. Rooney. Please join me now in expressing our appreciation and good wishes. In closing, I know that you strive to put your best self into all that you do. I ask that you look out for our students. You are in many ways our first responders. You are in the best position to see when our students are struggling. Our students grow into responsible adults throughout their journey at Loyola, but need the guidance of caring faculty and staff in managing those difficult times. Many young people today are struggling to find their place and to find hope in this world, and I know you will care for them. My prayer for you is also that you, as you care for students, you care for yourselves and each other. I hope that you are able to strike a healthy work-life balance. Even St. Ignatius, who famously implored us to always do more, also noted the importance of personal well-being and time for friends and family. He discerned the essential role of self-care in enabling us to truly be there for others. Our enduring values go beyond feel-good memes or marketing taglines. Loyola is a special place, guided by a centuries-old tradition that calls us to be people for and with others, and calls us forward to accompany young people to a hope-filled future. You carry this mission forward today. With deep appreciation, admiration, and gratitude, I thank you for bringing your gifts, your talents, your commitment, and compassion to Loyola University Chicago. A highlight of Faculty Convocation is the opportunity to hear from our president, Please join me now in welcoming the 24th president of Loyola University Chicago, Dr. Joanne Rooney.
Thank you, Dr. Callahan, for the gracious introduction and kind words. Thank you also to Dr. Badia Ahad and everyone in the Provost's office for their work organizing this important annual gathering of our scholarly community. Convocation officially celebrates and marks the beginning of a new academic year. Enables us to bring together new and returning faculty and celebrate the work of esteemed colleagues across our schools, disciplines, and campuses. We share the gift of time, being present to each other and acknowledging that we convene as one strong, dynamic university that through its people makes a lasting difference. It is always an honor and privilege to join with you at this gathering. This year brings an unexpected pleasure, since I thought last September 2022 was my final opportunity to open the year with you. When we came together last year on a beautiful early fall day, similar to today, it was our first in-person gathering since the start of the pandemic. We were grateful for that opportunity, yet the energy and excitement, though palpable, they were tempered by a future that was still filled with so many unknowns. As we continued to navigate evolving health and safety concerns with the need to support our students and support each other. And now a year later, we can say we did it all together. The coming together that is faculty convocation always does create an extra energy and a renewed sense of common purpose. Over the past 6+ years, we have shared exciting, innovative ideas, developed new initiatives, celebrated awards, engaged in spirited discussions and debates, weathered controversies, made tough decisions, and enjoyed many satisfying successes together. We lived and animated our Jesuit mission together as one in spirit, with much forward progress, united around shared values and a mission of transformation in the pursuit of faith, justice, and the common good. As a university community, we may each fill many different roles, but our paths converge, accompanying young people to a hope-filled future. Hearing about the achievements of our award winners today, I am filled with gratitude for their passionate work and of everyone that is part of this exceptional faculty. While these awards are given annually, they do not honor work done just during this past year. Rather, today's honorees reflect devotion to a lifetime of study, preparation, and hard work, a vigorous commitment to sharing and advancing knowledge, to creating community and civil discourse, and to the education of future generations of leaders. Your work is the center of Loyola's work, to create a space that is at once spiritual and secular, a place of reason and faith and civil discourse. In this space, students from diverse backgrounds seek ways to engage in individual formation, grow their understanding and acceptance of each other, ponder deep questions, and uncover and develop their talents and unique passions. With that evolution, they become persons for and with others. Through research and scholarship, through teaching and continual learning, you add knowledge to disciplines and build bridges across academic boundaries. In your mentorship of students and partnerships with colleagues, you lead the way to building a culture of collaboration that generates innovative thinking and action across specialties and schools. As scholars, teachers, and exemplars, you are the direct stewards of our mission. Last year, during our time together, I shared a few ways that Loyola Chicago has continued to evolve over the past few years, creating new and innovative structures to foster interdisciplinary collaborations around pressing scientific and social issues. The Parkinson School of Health Sciences and Public Health, the School of Environmental Sustainability, the Rule of Law Institute, the Institute for Racial Justice are just a few examples. I also talked about exciting collaborations across campuses, disciplines, and communities, about lessons of the pandemic and how you as faculty continue to move the university forward when that called for rapid innovation, adaptability, flexibility, and some comfort with, or at least grudging acceptance of, ambiguity. We discussed the robust fiscal health of the university that enabled us to be in a position of making strategic investments in our future. This fiscal discipline and stewardship has continued, allowing us to end this most recent fiscal year strongly, achieving a debt level that is now the lowest in decades, and sending a very strong message to those who want to support us and our work. We also talked about the increasing diversity of our students and faculty and about our efforts to create an ever more welcoming and inclusive community at Loyola. All of that continued and has intensified throughout this last academic year, and it continues in earnest today. This fall, we set as a goal a slightly smaller entering class of new students than last year, which, as you remember, was our largest class in Loyola history at 2,867. We achieved that goal, welcoming our second largest first-year class in university history, 2,864 strong, 3 students less than last year's record. While this very strong entering class is certainly something to celebrate, make no mistake, we are facing some headwinds in declining graduate program enrollment and declining retention across all undergraduate classes. Addressing the challenges facing our students as they also emerge from remote learning and the stresses of the pandemic, and ensuring that our programs continue to prepare students for the world's opportunities and realities will be the focus of much ongoing attention. A university must never be static, nor fall into complacency. It must always evolve to meet the needs of the times. Embrace this challenge. Fundamentally, however, our strong enrollments these last several years demonstrate not just our strength as an educational institution, but our distinctiveness as a Jesuit Catholic institution with a faculty deeply committed to great teaching as well as great scholarship. Taken together, this makes a profound difference. This class of 2026 is the most diverse, reflecting years of work and commitment to achieve these goals and enabling us to exceed our peers once again. Just over 50% of our freshmen identify as people of color, compared with 47% last year. Also, more than 50% of our students come from outside of Illinois, owing to the success of our national recruiting strategy. Overall, our university continues to be more diverse than it ever has been, with significant progress diversifying our faculty and staff as well. Measurable results, yes, but there is so much more to be done. This progress is the result of very hard work and the passionate commitment of faculty and staff across our campuses and programs. And none of it would have been possible without the engagement of faculty who stepped up as trained diversity, equity, and inclusion liaisons with our faculty hiring committees, who contributed anti-racist pedagogies, ideas, and practices, who wove new awareness, new works, and new ideas into their curricula, syllabi, and classrooms. But we must be honest with ourselves and each other about the challenges that remain, the work that is yet to be done. We can refine our recruiting practices and reach out in new ways to students from all backgrounds. But unless we create an educational experience that is inclusive, creates a feeling of belonging, is seen as equitable, and develops true community in our classrooms, laboratories, libraries, co-curricular activities, and campuses, we will not have created the kind of sustainable change that will foster success for all students. And make no mistake, these same lessons apply to faculty and staff as well. We can do it. We have the knowledge, and we have the will. This fall, we partnered with Hope Chicago and brought in 33 new students from Chicago public high schools. Prior to this new program and partnership, we recruited very few students from these same Chicago public schools. In the years to come, we expect this wonderful partnership to grow in the coming years. We also started a new relationship with the organization She Can, welcoming a new student from Monrovia, Liberia. Again, we anticipate this partnership will continue to grow, opening the doors to more underrepresented students. We've expanded tutoring services, partnered with alumni relations to expand student mentoring through the People Growth platform, hired a new AVP for diversity student engagement, created the Center for Diversity and Inclusion, the Center for Student Engagement, and launched the Center for Black Student Excellence, as well as the Rambler Brotherhood Project. But for Loyola Chicago to reach its greatest, most impactful potential, while also assuring access to and a pathway to success to students from all backgrounds, we must be bold and audacious in engaging with those in the philanthropic community who support these same achievable goals. This past June, we announced a significant milestone achievement along this pathway, receiving the largest gift in Loyola history, a $100 million commitment from John and Kathy Schreiber. Their gift will perpetually endow full scholarships, room and board, and an array of comprehensive support services for Black, Latino, other students of color, and first-generation students who are underrepresented historically and currently in higher education. This fall, we formally launched the inaugural cohort of Schreiber Leadership Scholars. This initial cohort of 20 diverse new students, a number that will expand significantly into the hundreds in future years, will receive full tuition for 4 years, room and board for 2 years, intensive and personalized support that includes mentorship, academic advising and tutoring, financial, career, and personal planning. They will build a camaraderie as they develop a foundation and network across academia and the community. These kinds of strong support programs have proven to be powerful, helping students flourish in Loyola programs at Arupa College and our Achieving College Excellence programs for first-generation students. I know you will hear much more about this expanding work and growing numbers of leadership scholars in the years to come. John and Kathy Schreiber's $100 million gift to the endowment marks the beginning of one of the largest undertakings by a major university in the United States to provide tuition, room and board, and wraparound services for low-income, first-generation, traditionally underrepresented students, the very students for whom a college education is truly life-changing. With the Schreiber's transformational gift and their ongoing work to attract more funding leading the way, this Loyola initiative is targeting a goal of $500 million to be added to the endowment as part of a larger comprehensive fundraising campaign. This $500 million will be fully dedicated to providing financial, educational, and social support for students of color and first-generation students from under-resourced backgrounds. For these students and their families, education and a college degree are keys to economic and social mobility on a generational scale. The Schreiber gift and those that will follow represent a significant opportunity to accelerate our pace toward doing or walking the talk on access and attainment for students from Chicago's neighborhoods and other underserved regions. It is about prioritizing what matters most, embracing them, supporting them, and meeting their educational development and social needs. And it is what Loyola does and has done so well through the generations. It is how we live and breathe our distinctive mission as a Jesuit Catholic university, advancing social justice grounded in faith. The Schreiber gift and our endowment initiative represent a major vote of confidence in Loyola as a vibrant university and in you as a faculty. Your demonstrated success in reaching students, meeting them in the Ignatian sense where they are, and supporting and accompanying them to success through education and your examples says it all. Even as Loyola grows in its global partnerships and research capacity as a nationally ranked university, the fundamental basic connection and exchange between teacher and student remains at its core. The support and confidence of the philanthropic community bodes well for all of Loyola and especially its students. There will always be headwinds, some difficult choices to make, and essential debates to be had. But our continued progress, reaching our greatest potential as a university, requires a spirit of respect, collaboration, and civil discourse with healthy debate, but also with the willingness to set aside political agendas or personal preferences in favor of a pluralistic greater good. In less than 2 weeks, this Loyola University Chicago community will welcome the arrival of Loyola's 25th president, Dr. Mark Reed. He is a wonderful colleague, an energetic, student-centered leader with deep roots in Jesuit education and issues of diversity, access, and attainment. Our community, with his leadership, will continue implementing and investing in a dynamic strategic plan steeped in Loyola's enduring values with focus on equity, innovation, and excellence. The continuity of these values and our care for students is not dependent on a single president or any one individual, but on our community working together, moving forward one in spirit, building upon what brings us closer rather than focusing on what divides us. Loyola has emerged from the disruptions of the pandemic more resilient and more resourceful, with its heart and mission reaffirmed. We are a place where people from many backgrounds and experiences come to learn and to grow, where we strive to do more in the service of others and accompany each other to a hope-filled future. Our new students ritually passing through the green doors of Cudahy Library is symbolic, welcoming them to our campus community in this new and important chapter in their lives. It is also a strong reminder to them and to us of all the doors that still must be opened more widely and more equitably. Today was and is a gift where we committed the time to be together, be present to each other, and celebrate what it means to be faculty. It also provides me with an opportunity, one final time as your president, to say thank you. Thank you for all you do for Loyola University Chicago and our students each and every day. I remain honored to be part of this Loyola community and know that a piece of my heart will always belong here. Even from a distance, I will remain a steadfast supporter, cheering loudly from the sidelines. With my deepest gratitude, I wish you tireless courage, unwavering faith, and an abundance of blessings and successes this year and in all that follow. It has been my honor. Thank you.
Thank President Rooney for her service and her leadership. Thank you so much. And now, without further ado, faculty convocation is adjourned. I invite you and your guests to join our colleagues for a wonderful reception in the Piper Hall Rose Garden. It's immediately outside to the east of the auditorium. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon.